literally had this lady reach over the counter and grab the calculator and do all of the math to make sure that I did the math right. I don't know if I'm gonna get sued for this video. Sally's, go ahead and sue me, hun. Let's go on Judge Judy. Hi. Okay, so first of all, I want to address this backdrop that I got for $1. Let's see if I can show you it. It has palm trees on it. Like, it's really cute, but it's like all the way up at the ceiling, so you can't see it. So it kind of just looks like there's like a garbage bag behind me, but just ignore that for now. It's better than like having a mess behind me. But yeah, as you could tell by the title, I quit Sally Beauty, and I'm gonna tell you multiple reasons why. So I got hired there about a year ago, and I don't know if I ever really talked about it on my channel before because I don't really like people knowing where I work. There's a bunch of weird ass people that knew where I worked. And yeah, I didn't want to add to that. Obviously, you know, I had soccer issues and everything like that. Ew. So, yeah, started working there a year ago. I actually really loved it for a long time, up until like a few months ago. After a few months of me working there, I started working at another location too, like just filling in because they didn't have enough people working there. And I was doing that for a while, like getting a whole bunch of hours and everything. Like, I did a lot in my time there. I also covered 2 other stores before too. So like, you know, I was a hopeful person. I was a really good employee, I would say. And yeah, I liked the team for the most part, but there was some drama going on. So there was always some sort of problem going on. You know, I'm not really about that life. Like, there is always some sort of drama happening, and like, I'm here to make money, not friends or drama or anything like that. Like, if I can make friends off of work, that's awesome, but my initial reason for being there is to make money, not like for a hobby or anything. Obviously, I'm not just doing this for my health, honey. MTV Catfish only pays you 1 time, so don't have catfish money like everybody thinks. Where was I going with this? So yeah, there was like always drama going on, like just stupid stuff though. Like, it was like stuff that's like ignorable, like whatever. But then things started to like escalate. I notice every time I put my jeans up, there's like a glare on the bottom, sorry. Then things started to like escalate. So the district manager, we're gonna call her, oh my god, there's a spider. Oh my god. Oh! Oh my god, and I just broke a nail. Oh, that's the worst. Oh god. Great. Now I have 2 nails missing. Would it even be one of my videos if I wasn't missing nails? But anyways, yeah, I'm getting off track. Things started to like escalate. So like the district manager, we're gonna call her Kathleen. Kathleen was a old, decrepit douchebag who clearly didn't like her job and clearly should have been retiring soon. I think she is retiring soon, actually. But yeah, she was a bitch. She didn't care about her employees at all. The only thing that Sally's really cares about is numbers. So you get judged off of your average sale for the day. Your average sale has to be at least at 20 or more. They aim for like 25. And like every time you get a return, your average sale will go down for that day. So then you have to work a little bit harder to try to make sales. And it's very like sale based. Like, that's really what they focus on the most, even though that's not really the only part of your job. It's really shitty because what they want you to do is kind of finesse people. So they want you to, instead of like using your actual knowledge, like 2 of my coworkers were told that they're too knowledgeable. So they basically, instead of saying like, oh, well, we have this flat iron that's good for this reason, but there's also this one that's good for this reason, they want you to just pick the most expensive thing and start with that. So it's actually really fucked up, and it kind of makes you feel shitty sometimes because you know that these people don't need to be buying all these things, and you know that these people could probably get something cheaper that's just as good or better, but you kind of just have to go with it sometimes, because if not, then you'll be fucked in the end. So it's like, it's really shitty sometimes. It makes you feel bad. Like, you know, people don't need to get like $50 worth of stuff because they want to dye their hair blue. Like, I don't know. It just, it's a fucked up business. It's a fucked up industry, but that's how all retail is. But Sally's really, really stresses that they want you to start with like the most expensive stuff first. They want you to build baskets. So like, if somebody's getting, like, somebody wants to put like a few pieces of blue in their hair, instead of just selling them like bleach and the blue hair dye, they want you to sell them a pre-color treatment, a bleach, an after-color treatment, the blue hair dye, an after-color sealer, gloves, brush, bowl, like everything. Like, it's sometimes it's just not necessary, and like, you know that when you're doing it, like, it's kind of shitty. There's other responsibilities too, and I never got recognition for going to the other stores or anything like that. Like, I don't know, I just thought that was crazy. So my best friend Sarah worked there as well. She's the one that like basically got me the job there, and she quit first. So she got another job. Like, she was pretty much over it too, but the new job that she has now is way better and it pays so much more, and it's just, yeah, like, I would leave too. So she left first. Then my other coworker left because she has a whole career now. And then my manager left, and then my other coworker. So that leaves me and one other person. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is not gonna work out. Like, I don't think I'm gonna last much longer now. So I got hella hours, obviously, after everybody left, and I stuck around for a few weeks, like 2 weeks or so. And then I was like, I'm putting in my 2 weeks notice. Like, I can't do this anymore. So I put in my 2 weeks notice. So almost a week went by. It was like 5 days or so. And I was just like completely done. Like, I was done as fuck. So first of all, like, they had us working alone, like, for entire shifts. So we couldn't pee or anything like that. Like, it was really annoying. We would have to shut down the store to take a break. And like, that's just not fun, fresh or fierce or cute or whatever. So that was like really annoying. And like, the customers that I was getting like leading up to me quitting, they were like the rudest customers ever. Like, they were just so annoying and bitchy, and like everything was a problem with them. Like, prices were an issue. I literally had this lady reach over the counter and grab the calculator and do all of the math to make sure that I did the math right when I took off her sale percentage. I was like, bitch, I think I'm like, okay, maybe I don't know how to do like every type of math and shit. Like, I wasn't the best at math, but I think I know how to type into a calculator and take 25% off with $2. Calm down. So I was just fed up. And yeah, on my last day there, I knew that it was going to be my last day. Like, right when I walked in, I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this. Like, I cannot do this anymore. So Kathleen, the district manager, calls the store, and she's like, oh, so I understand you're leaving. And I'm like, yeah. And like, she's trying to like kiss my ass now. Like, the thing about Kathleen is that like, she was such a bitch to everybody and didn't appreciate anybody. But then when everybody started leaving, she would try to like be nice. Like, she offered Sarah a manager's position to stay, and offered her like higher pay and stuff like that. Like, she wasn't going to be able to do that. They're not going to offer you higher pay at Sally Beauty. Like, they could barely even afford to have people there for part-time. Like, you're literally like, there's a point where you're getting like 16 hours, like nothing. So that bitch was lying out her ass anyway. She wasn't about to give her anything. Yeah, I was like, fuck this shit. Like, I'm done. So that day, I was like, you know what? I think tomorrow is going to be my last day. Because that was the end of that week. It was a Friday or a Saturday. So it was the end of the week. And I was like, I'll just finish off this week and I'm done. So I let one of the managers know from the other store that was covering, since we didn't have a manager. I was like, hey, just so you know, I'm not gonna be, tomorrow will be my last day with the company. I'm not gonna be coming in after tomorrow. And, you know, she was really understanding. The managers are really cool. Like, it's not their fault that the company sucks and the DM sucks. Like, the managers are nice. Totally not anything to do with the managers. So Kathleen got word that it was going to be my last day and I wasn't going to be completing the 2 weeks. And she was like, oh, well, just so you know,
you have been a very, very, very good employee there. And you will be missed. So, thanks, Mikey.
You're
Thank
welcome.
You. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Fucking bitch. Really, bitch? Because guess what? 2 weeks before that, she came into the store. This is my first time meeting her in person. Like, I've talked to her on the phone all the time, and, like, she's always, like, nice on the phone and everything. This is, like, one of my first times ever actually interacting with her in real life. And she takes me in the back room. She's like, oh, you're not a good salesperson. It looks like you're not interacting with people. And, like, these returns are ridiculous. You should be able to turn returns into sales. Bitch, what am I supposed to do? Do you want me to hold a fucking gun to these people's head and be like, bitch, you better buy this fucking curling iron? Like, what do you want me to do? So, yeah. That just... I'm done. Like, I'm done with the company. Like, they suck. They literally suck. The only good thing about the company is that you get free products, like, every month and stuff like that. And, like, when new things are released, you'll get, like, a sample of it. But, like, yeah, no. Minimum wage job, not worth it. So, yeah. They basically only focus on sales. They want you to turn returns into sales. They want you to try to not have returns that much. The customers suck. Like, it's a bitchy industry, but the customers suck. Like, yeah, it's on another level. Like, retail, like, normal retail, like, okay, yeah, people could be bitchy, but, like, beauty retail, like, people are bitchy for no reason, too. Like, snotty-ass people. The plaza itself sucks ass. Like, that's just a location thing, but, like, the whole company is just so outdated. Oh! They never even took taxes out of any of my checks. So, like, they messed up my whole tax thing. Like, it's a whole mess. And, like, their whole HR system sucks. Like, Sally's is just raunchy, old, and washed up. People don't even really go there. Like, we would send people to Ulta all the time because it was, like, right next door. And, like, it would just always happen because people would come in looking for something that we don't have. Like, the only thing that you could really get at Sally's is hair color. Their products are not the best, to be honest with you. Like, my mom's a hairdresser, so I grew up going to Cosmoprof. Like, yeah, their products are not the best. I only use their products because I worked there and I had a discount, but, like, yeah, no, not worth it. I personally never really shopped at Sally's before I worked there. The only reason I really went in there is because my friend Sarah worked there before, so, like, obviously I'm gonna go in there, but Sally's is just old and washed up, and they need to be shut down, honestly, because I think they're going bankrupt, and I wouldn't be surprised if every Sally's location was shut down within the next 4 years or so. Probably less than that, though, because, like, they really suck, like, and not to mention, like, okay, yeah, the customers are bitchy, but every single day, I would get one bitch that would be like, so are you a boy or a girl? And then when I would say boy, they'd be like, oh. Like, real rude. Like, so rude about it. Like, you know, you don't deserve that. Like, you're just trying to make money. Like, everybody's just trying to make money. Like, you don't deserve shit like that when you're just trying to work. So I'm over it. Like, my advice is definitely, if you hate your job, definitely try to make sure you have a backup plan before you leave. But if you can't take it anymore, just leave, because your mental health is worth a lot more than a minimum wage job. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. Like, just leave, because it's not as serious as people make it seem. Like, if you really, really hate something that much, like, you should not be forcing yourself to go through it, because I promise you, no matter what it is, it's not going to be worth it in the end. So just leave, have a good peace of mind, and just say fuck y'all bitches and just go, because life is too short to be killing yourself over a few dollars. Like, yeah, no thank you. Like, there's always other things. Like, there's so many other jobs out there in the world, and I'm not bothered. Like, fuck that. So, yeah, that was my story of why I left Sally Beauty. I would not recommend working there, and that's my honest and true opinion. I just grown to see, and it's not even just that location, it's the company in general. The way they run their company and the things that they care about as a company just suck in general. And if you're not at the top with your numbers, you're going to be treated like shit. And there's been cases where people have been fired just because of their numbers. So I wouldn't recommend it. It's a really bitchy, competitive place to work for, and they don't really care about their employees in the end. They really just care about the money. And yeah, I understand that's a corporate business and everything, but I worked for a corporate business before, and it wasn't just all about numbers. They did care about employees as well. So fuck that shit. And yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get sued for this video. Sally's, go ahead and sue me, hun. Let's go on Judge Judy, because I want to go on Judge Judy so bad. But yeah, done with Sally Beauty. Fuck it. And if you're looking for a job in the beauty industry, try Ulta, Sephora, or something like that, hun, first. Sally Beauty sucks. Cosmoprof is also the same company, so Sally's is like a sister company of them, so I wouldn't recommend working for them either, because I could do a whole separate video about my customer complaint that I made for Cosmoprof. It was the first customer complaint I ever made in my life, but the bitch deserved it. So yeah, there's my little story. Sorry that it was like all over the place, but basically the moral of the story is don't work for Sally Beauty. And if you work for a place where there's bitchy people and there's always drama and like you just hate it, or like you feel like you're working up to your best potential and you're not getting appreciated for it, bye. Go. Because it's not worth it, babe. Just leave. But yeah, thank you for watching this video, and as always, like, I know this is a boring video, but if you liked it, feel free to give me a thumbs up. If you don't like me, feel free to give me a thumbs down. It doesn't really bother me. Either way, I'm getting a click. And yeah, let me know down below if you guys have ever had a job that you couldn't stand. I know we all go through that, but like I want to hear your experiences too, because I don't know, I'm just a curious ass bitch, you know what I mean? So stay safe, responsible, respectful, and always be a leader. Have a day of excellence. Love you, mean it.